Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for joining me as we go ahead and take a look into Big Time Rush. This is season number 1, episode number 13, called Big Time Terror. So, of course, as you guys can see, I'm still wearing the same clothes. I literally just jumped straight into this next episode with you guys because I had such a great time watching the last one with you guys. I decided I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the next episode. And based off the title to this next one, I'm pretty excited to see this next episode with you guys because it's titled Big Time Terror, right? My best guess is that this may possibly be like a Halloween kind of episode, like a Halloween kind of vibe. I'm a big fan of like Halloween. That's one of my favorite holidays. Just, you know, the whole aspect of dressing up, pretending to be somebody different. Of course, getting the candy, which I have 2 kids of my own. So, yes, I do take some of their candy. I know I'm a bad dad for that. But yeah, no, I'm a big fan of Halloween. I'm a big fan of like the whole spirit of it all. So my best guess going into this next episode is that this may be like a Halloween kind of episode. So I'm excited to see what this episode is going to be about. Hopefully I'm right. I may be wrong though. I am very notorious for being wrong sometimes, but that's all right. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me, man. If you are a fan of Big Time Rush, what we do here in Geeked Out Nation, feel free to leave that like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on our Patreon if you guys want early and unedited episodes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Big Time Rush, and here we go. Yo, that would spook me out. What? What?
Carlos, it's terrifying behind this door.
It's your sister, isn't it? Oh.
Hey, my mansion is flooded and I need to stay with you dogs tonight. With Russell Crowe, all the members of Aerosmith, and the original host of Blue's Clues.
That's funny.
The 90s were a wild time, boys.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, of course you are welcome to stay here.
Oh my god, is there like a real zombie here?
All right.
Let's see what's going on.
Fish sticks? Really?
Something's happening here.
With us!
I actually prefer.
Gustavo's having so much fun.
I'm stuck!
That's not.
Poor Logan.
My bad.
Okay, guys, time for bed.
Now I see why he's banned from hotels.
You know, if my mansion hadn't flooded, I would have been sitting alone all night writing songs.
Am I supposed to get my beauty sleep?
I said sing it in the KFG!
Else in his sleep?
Right.
Mom,
That's scary.
Can you believe this?
Oh!
Yeah, let's go back upstairs.
Deadly ghosts!
There isn't a ghost. This is just a power outage. There's nothing to be scared of.
No, come on, Logan. Logan? That's freaky. What the?
You did that.
You guys should have taken the stairs! Much faster! I saved you.
Then the elevator?
We can do this.
I mean, maybe.
People
Depending on how fast you walk.
kill us.
James' face. He was like so into it and he's like, wait, what?
Problem with the plumbing, and it will be fixed today.
It's a ghost.
I'd be like, what does the plumbing have to do with the lights?
No ghost. But
Or the doors opening and
offering
closing.
A free in-room movie for any inconvenience.
If I would have seen that, I would have probably been out. I would have been like, oh, hell no.
You guys love that pool, but I'm surprised you don't have more friends.
Yeah, they all washed away.
Thanks again, fellas! Woohoo!
Aw, I would have been
He
mad.
missed his bed?
This is not what we. Yeah, because it happened like 2 minutes ago.
Good times, man. Good times.
Oh.
This is better than pay-per-view.
So
He's supposed to be in his mansion, alone, writing a new song.
Yeah, he flooded his mansion.
Ooh, maybe he has
And
no
now
idea.
flooded. I told him last night that he could go back.
He's probably got writer block. I think that's how
He
you
just
pronounce
told us
it.
wasn't ready.
Please tell me.
Wait, what? Marco Polo!
Ooh. When is that ever a thing?
Hey, we need help getting Gustavo back to his mansion. Yeah, well, we don't want to hear more words spoken. Walking through the door, oh look, it's open! And it's snoring in the dark, and it's freaking us out.
That's a hit right there.
Terrible. You know what? You should probably go back to the mansion and write a new song. A better. Dude.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, right. No, it wasn't. Get out of here.
Just ripped one.
Oh, that was... Yo, that would freak me out. This better not be Katie messing with them.
Ice together.
Okay.
Team. Right. We're gonna team moon them.
No!
We're gonna team up.
Okay. Oh, we're Ghostbusters.
Vacuum cleaners. We're gonna trap a ghost. You're the ghost bait. Oh, right. What?
Right.
What?
Oh, poor Logan. I'll be nervous.
Are we taking turns as ghost bait, guys?
That's a fair question.
Guys. Okay, I'm alone and scared. I would really like some. The new girl?
I would have never guessed this.
And I would have gotten away with it too, if it weren't for you meddling, cute, hot guys.
Sure, we won't tell. On one condition.
Oh, scare him out of here. That's funny. That's too funny.
And we can all relax again by the Palmwoods pool.
All right, somebody has to explain that. Come on now.
Stephanie?
Right. Oh my God.
How much fun you can have with fishing line.
I told you so.
That's so funny, you guys, because I mentioned Katie. I'm like, is Katie the ghost? The reason why I say that is because everything that the ghost was doing, even though we know it's Stephanie, it felt very much like something Katie would be doing. You know what I mean? So I'm very happy that we ended up finding out that, you know, Katie was a little bit a part of this whole ghost act. And I'm happy about that because, yeah, like, it had Katie written all over it, you know what I mean? But yeah, we got introduced to a new character. They kept mentioning new girl, and her name is Stephanie. Hopefully she is a new character that's going to be a part of the show. Sometimes TV shows, they like to bring in characters for like an episode or maybe two, and then that's kind of it with them. So hopefully if Stephanie is going to be around, that'll be very cool to have another person a part of the show. Very excited to see her still here, hopefully. And yeah, the episode was fun. So my thing with the whole Gustavo situation, right, was that I assumed maybe he had writer block. Have you guys ever heard of that term? Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but like, you know, when you're an artist or possibly an author writing a book or possibly writing music, sometimes there's a thing where you just can't think of anything, which I think they call that writer's block. I could be wrong, but if I'm right, feel free to comment down below, let me know about that. But yeah, that was what I was kind of thinking as I was watching this. I'm like, okay, maybe Gustavo just needs to think of something, you know what I'm saying? Because it was very random, in my opinion, for him just to randomly want to stay here. But it makes sense, though, story-wise, why he has to stay there is because, again, the house was flooded, and he's not allowed to stay at hotels. And considering how he was acting in this episode, it's easy to see how and why he's not able to stay at any hotels. So he had to stay with the boys. But when we find out that the house was good to go and he was able to go home about like 3 days ago, that's when I'm like sitting there thinking like, oh, it's probably more than just what he's saying as far as it being the house. Maybe he just can't think of anything. But that wasn't the case at all. I think Kelly mentioned that, you know, Gustavo had a very rough upbringing. His mom, you know, pushed him to be a musical person. He didn't sound like he had much of a childhood, so just him being able to hang out with the guys probably made him feel like young again. You know what I mean? And to me, I don't blame the guys at all in this episode. You know, the guys tried throughout the whole thing to, you know, get Gustavo to go back home. Yeah, I mean, Gustavo's technically their boss, right? Like, you work all week. You got the weekend to yourself to chill, relax, recuperate, but then your boss is there. So I totally understood exactly where they were coming from. Like, I wouldn't want that to happen either, you know? It would have been like, great, I'm seeing you 7 days a week now instead of just the 5 days. You know what I'm saying? So I totally understood why the boys felt the way that they did. Plus, Gustavo is Gustavo, so I totally get it. But yeah, that was pretty much the episode. I thought it was fun. Of course, Carlos, Logan, they were looking for a ghost. We ended up finding out the ghost was Stephanie and partially Katie a little bit. But yeah, that was the episode. I thought it was fun. I had enjoyed it. Going into this episode, I mentioned that this may definitely give you like some, you know, Halloween kind of vibes. You know, this gives me an idea that this episode was probably released close to Halloween time. So yeah, this was a perfectly fine episode. I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did as well. And thank you guys once again for joining me, man. Feel free to leave that like, comment, subscribe, comment down below if there's anything you guys would like to mention. And I will see you on the next episode of Big Time Rush.